just. Leroy Jenkins. Let's get started. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring at a huge ceiling. It was a ceiling I remembered seeing before. And when I sat up, I saw someone looking at me. Again, it was someone I'd seen before. Ah, you're awake. Finally, are you okay? Now's no time for sleeping. Get your ass up. Huh? You were unconscious, dude. I had to carry you back here.
Well,
It's no surprise considering what happened. What happened? I did. Hey, are you okay? So it wasn't a dream? What I saw? It was real? That's right. It really did happen. Sayaka is dead. Dun dun dun. A deep, dark despair worked its way through my body and then exploded out of me. I shut up and took off running. Hey, where do you think you're going? I have to see for myself. I have to see if Sayaka is.
give up.
You can check once, twice, 1,000 times. Sayaka is completely and irrevocably dead. No, I have to see for myself.
Why?
Listen to us, man. What do you think's gonna happen if you go out there? What good is it gonna do to just sit around here? I mean, why are we all hanging out in the gym at a time like this? Our friend Sayaka, she's dead. Dead. And when I said that, it finally hit me. I realized she really was gone.
Calm down.
None of us want to be here right now either. Then why? Shouldn't it be obvious? Monokuma, you told us all to come here. Well, hold on. Don't talk like that. We all protested it. I mean, we remember the terrible price Sayaka had to pay. But
So,
I'm the one who convinced them to come. Right now we need to do whatever he says. We're his prisoners, right? It's not a good idea to defy him without reason.
correct.
We don't need to make any more sacrifice than we already have. Why should we listen to anything he has to say? It's obvious he's the one who killed Sayaka.
Wrong.
I would never do that. If you can believe anything, you can believe that. He's here again.
Hey,
Unless someone violates a school regulation, I absolutely will not interfere. I can promise you, I won't do anything that goes against the purpose of your school life here.
listen up.
I'm famous at safari parks throughout the world for following the Bear Times One rule.
But
Then who did it? Who killed her?
come on.
You already know the answer. The one who killed her is one of you. Nobody had a reply for that. One of us killed Sayaka? Don't be stupid, that's... What's the matter? You guys all look like you're about to see a dove get shot up with a Gatling gun. Don't you remember what I told you when this all began? One of you decided to kill Sayaka so that you could graduate. Someone's just following the rules. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
You're lying, right? Of course he's lying. I'm telling you, he killed her.
wrong.
Nope, sorry. One of you is now a bona fide killer. They wanted to. The one who did it could testify to that little fact. What? Without thinking, I looked around at everyone. They all had the same look on their faces. Everyone looked at each other with a combination of fear, suspicion, and confusion. Are you serious?
What is it?
Someone killed someone? It is amazing what some people are capable of.
Just hold on.
Hey, hold on. Don't just assume he's telling the truth.
Stop talking.
That's enough. Before we do anything else, I'd like to confirm something with the stuffed animal here. One of us really did kill her. A person gets to graduate from the school, right? Huh?
Come on.
Don't play dumb. That's what you said, isn't it? If you kill someone, you get to leave.
What?
Why are you laughing? It's 'cause... naive. You're just so naive. Think it's really that easy? You can just kill someone and waltz on out of here?
Hey, come
You're super naive.
now.
Devilishly naive. Hellishly naive. No, no, no. The real thing has just begun. The real thing?
Now then.
Are you ready? Allow me to explain the second part of the rule regarding graduation. Just like I explained before, you must kill someone if you want to leave. However, even if you do that, there's still one more part to the agreement you have to uphold, remember?
Then perhaps.
You are referring to the rule number 6 of the school regulations. If you are the Blackin that committed the murder, you can't be found out by the other students. This is what you're talking about, is it not?
In other words,
Bingo! It's not enough to just kill someone, you have to actually get away with it. Which naturally means you need a system in place to assess whether or not it's been gotten away with.
yahoo!
So a certain amount of time after a murder has taken place, a class trial will begin. Class trial? Yep, it'll begin a few hours after the murder. Everyone will gather together, including the Blackin who committed the murder. And they and the spotless students will all engage in one big debate showdown.
During the trial, you'll have to present your arguments about who you think the Blackened is. And once everything comes to an end, the outcome will be decided by popular vote. If the answer you've arrived at is correct, only the one that disturbed your peace will be punished. The rest may continue their communal life. However, if you choose poorly, then the one who got away with murder will survive, and the rest of you will receive your punishment. Which, of course, means your school life will come to an end. As far as class trial rules go, that's all there is to it. Well,
So, what exactly is this punishment you keep talking about? Oh, well, to put it simply, it's execution. Execution?
what?
And by execution, you mean...
Execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair. Poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
So to make sure I understand, if we get the culprit right, then only they die. But if we get it wrong, all the rest of us get executed?
Well done.
What a smart little chimpanzee you are. Look at you, implying you didn't do it without actually saying it. So it's basically what the outside world calls a lay judge system, or an inquisition type thing. Which means you'll be deciding who you think the killer is. But judge carefully, because all your lives are on the line. Okay, let me just add the rule I just described to your handbook. Be sure to keep it in mind. Wait, hold on a second.
How are they talking?
You're freaking insane, you know that? Hmm? A class trial? What the hell is that? I don't want anything to do with it.
What's this?
Why not?
Stop it!
What do you mean, why not? Why do I have to waste my time trying to figure out who murdered someone? This game is so great. You should watch the anime, Emma. What? Are you saying you're not going to participate in the trial? Only punishment awaits such blasphemy.
How are they talking?
What? Punishment? I might. I don't know. Throw you in a deep, dark, scary prison or something.
Shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up. Say whatever you want. I'm not gonna be part of this.
I don't believe
Don't be so selfish.
Stop it!
You're the one being selfish. Kill whoever you want. It's got nothing to do with me. The evil standing here before me. I'm trembling with fear. But I won't give in to such evil. It's my style to stick it out and resist till the very end. If you really want to get out of here, you'll have to go through me first. As he said that, he came charging at us, although it was more of a waddle. But then... Ooh.
Enjoying yourself now.
Are you?
I love the sensor, by the way. That's great.
Violence against Headmaster Monokuma is not allowed. You violated a school regulation. I invoke the mighty summon spell. Help! To me, godly spear, Gungnir!
Rip Junko.
This wasn't supposed to. Why me?
Suddenly, right at the end, her eyes shot wide open. And just like that, she never moved again. Rip Junko. What the? I don't. This can't be real. No way!
Well now,
Now I'm painfully aware of the great power and meaning of a promise. I really wanted to keep a corpse from popping up for no good reason, you know? But I guess you all needed to be taught a lesson after all. What an amazing promise. But now you guys understand, right?
now you see just how serious I am. Defy me and you get shot full of holes, exploded, buried alive, disintegrated, etc. So, if you
Et
don't want that to happen to you, you'd best obey those school regulations.
Junko's body had been impaled with a bunch of spears. An unbelievable amount of blood started pouring out of her body. It was the first time I'd ever seen the moment someone's life came to an end. Nobody there could deny what they'd seen. Junko, who until just a few seconds ago had been our friend, was dead. She'd died. She'd been murdered. In simple terms, it was the death of a human being.
Right,
It's really not all that shocking. She just died, that's all. Just went and died. It's no more remarkable than the inevitable demise of the entire human race. It's just as natural as the eventual end of the world itself. This isn't some superhero comic, so it's not like when you die, you didn't really die. This is reality.
Why?
Why did you have to kill her? Didn't you say you would put her in prison or something? I changed my mind.
I knew it.
No, you've been wanting to kill this entire time.
say what?
Kill this entire time? Don't be silly. You can't kill time. Or are you being metaphorical? Are you saying I wanted to waste time this whole time? Come on. What do you take me for? I'm Monokuma.
Well now,
Anyway, none of that matters right now. I have something I'd like to give you to help you in your search for the Blackened. This little file has all the information I've gathered about the death in question. I like to call it the Monokuma file. I mean, naturally, you guys aren't experts at this kind of thing, so you can only do so much with a corpse. So instead, I've gathered up everything I know about the circumstances and cause of death. What's that? How do I know the cause of death, you ask? Because the surveillance cameras picked up the whole thing. I got to see it all go down.
So then,
Wait, so then you know who killed Sayaka? Of course I do. If I didn't, I couldn't possibly pass a fair and accurate judgment during the trial, now could I?
correct.
That's a good point. The judge has to be able to make the proper decision. That's somehow comforting.
well,
Now then, please put your full effort behind your investigation. After all, you don't have any choice but to give it your best shot. Seriously, You don't have a choice. Okay, so we'll meet up for the class trial in a little while. And with that, Monokuma disappeared once again. He left us stunned and confused. He left us at a total loss. He left us with Junko's dead body growing colder right in front of us. And for who knows how long. Nobody said a word. The fact that Sayaka and Junko were dead was a huge shock, of course. But there was more to it than that. It was also the idea that one of us had actually murdered someone. And that if we didn't find out who it was, we would all die here. We found ourselves in a situation where we couldn't help but look at each other with open suspicion. It was the worst situation imaginable. And yet, even in such a perversely terrible situation, she didn't show the slightest hint that it had gotten to her. Now's no time to wallow in your depression. The worst thing we can do right now is lose all faith in each other. That will lead to the same disastrous result as having total faith in everyone else. Huh?
In other words,
Cooperation is absolutely key at this point. Who you decide to trust or not trust is of course up to you. Continuing to think about and talk about the deceased certainly isn't going to help anything. Saying stuff like that is just... How many times have I told you? Anyone who can't adapt will die. Death is the only thing awaiting those who are unable or unwilling to adapt. That happens, you only have yourself to blame.
That's terrible.
What an awful thing to say, especially after what's happened.
just a second.
Right now, exposing the killer is the most important thing, because if we don't, we're all going to die here. She's right. We need to begin our search right away.
Of course.
Either way, we can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward. We just have to do it, I guess. What other choice do we have? No way in hell am I letting someone kill me. Alright, damn it, let's do it. We just have to do it. Everyone kept repeating that sentiment. They were using it like a mantra to give themselves strength. But they're right, we just have to do this. No matter how much we don't want to, we have no choice. That's what it takes to survive, and that's what we have to do. On top of that, there was something I needed to find out. I had to know why Sayaka had to die. Why she had to be the one. I'm terrified to find out, but still, I have to know. Otherwise, I'd never be able to accept her death. Which is why I don't have any choice. I have to do this. So sad. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do. Why? What's... That's such a waste of time. She really is dead. No shit, she got impaled like what, 5 times? There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bothered to check, right? After those injuries and losing that much blood? Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that. Huh? Hold on. Hold on. Just wait a second. She's dead? Then that means everything that's happened so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever? It's really real? Hell no. Someone save me. Let me out of here. Right? He literally watched her get impaled and watched the life drain from her body and is like, well, maybe she's alive. Somebody help me.
What's your problem?
You're just now accepting that?
Are you serious?
So, we're really gonna try and find out who did it? Yes.
Just a second.
Huh? Before we begin the investigation, isn't there something else we need to discuss? Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking of putting someone on guard duty so nobody can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey,
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. That's a mood. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no, we can't just leave him there all alone.
what?
What? Why the hell not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. Fuck you!
So then,
Fine, then I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Two-player co-op defense with the two of them. Their stats, they're totally OP. Oh, he's such a stupid nerd. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you. I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try. Cool.
Just a second.
Oh, come on.
Anyway,
We're going to find out who the killer is, because if we don't, we're all going to die here. Okay,
anyway,
okay. So what?
Huh?
Is this really happening?
With me.
Screw that piece of shit, Bear. We need to hurry up and figure out who the culprit is. Yeah. If we find out who did it, then only that person dies. But if we get it wrong, then all the rest of us face execution. That's what that ridiculous school regulation said, right? So stupid. I hate this, but still, we don't have a choice. We have to figure out who did it, or else we're all dead.
Oh,
Hmm? So you finally noticed? Huh? Noticed what? I was looking through the Monokuma file we received. I noticed something very obvious and very unusual. Huh? What are you talking about? Go ahead and take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm. She's right. Then, could it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second. You've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling of suspicion and fear had returned, in other words. You think I did it?
so then,
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, then construct an argument to come to a final conclusion. If we get this wrong,
so
well, do I really have to say any more?
Actually,
I'd rather you didn't, no.
goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too. Just like that? Oh, and just like Kyoko, he was gone before we realized it.
Yo.
Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? Better head to the scene of the crime. That's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. Whatever son of a bitch who did this is here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that evidence,
You're fucking
they
dead.
better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious, I will fuck them up. Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off. But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know, and we're gonna investigate a murder. How do we even do something like that?
anyway,
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
this is
It was you. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. Are you gonna kill me next?
so,
You're jealous we got to make out with Bianca and you didn't. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. That's true. We may as well at least check just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Wait, why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I black out. Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Oh, shit. Alright, I guess I better get going. Also, isn't there like a shit ton of blood on the floor in front of her? Wouldn't she black out by now? Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. Their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something. Otherwise, everyone will...
Execution is execution. Execution. Electric chair. Poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. Victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appeared to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow I have to find out the truth. Literally, how didn't she black out with Junko's body right? Like, everybody saw it. She watched it happen. She should have blacked out, like, as soon as it happened, but... I guess she closed her eyes or something? I don't know. So we can all survive. It's for Sayaka. I have to find out how she was killed. Let's go. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime. My room. We won't make any progress without investigating there. So I headed to my room, where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I'd better examine the state of my room a little closer. That might reveal something. The notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant. His room key. If I remember correctly. When we switched rooms, we switched keys too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. She would even open the door for him. After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it or opened it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. With how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around. She couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does that mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself till now. I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. Top of that, some of the gold clothing has come off of parts of the blade and the handle. Of course, I love Danganronpa too. I'm so happy that I get to finally play it. I'm going to be playing all 4 games. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. Thank you for the follow too. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. Oh. scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? There are gouges in the bed, like someone attacked it. What the hell happened here? Oh. You think I'm guilty too?
Hey,
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see. You're not trust. There's scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? Looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it, I was right there in the other room. If only I'd heard something. That would not have been possible. Huh? Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something had happened in the room right next to you and there's no way you could know. Perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies, creating an ideal setting for murder. Oh. She used the lint roller? Okay. I wanna go in the bathroom.
well,
The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence it's been used at all. Which makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine, and I haven't had any reason to open it. You haven't You haven't missed much. I'm just looking around for evidence right now.
yo,
Yeah, seriously. Oh, Mondo. We ain't exactly in the mood to be building fucking furniture, right? So you haven't used yours either, then.
what?
Not just me. Nobody's busted theirs out yet, far as I know. Actually, we were all talking about it yesterday.
No way.
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet. It's like, why the hell would we? Cool. Can I go to bathroom now? Oh, come on. Oh, so I can talk to her. Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
why did he sound so dumb whenever he said that? Searching? She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
He's so stupid. I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen.
"Are you a clean freak?" Huh? No. I don't think so, but what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
So,
I've searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it too?
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka? Or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Right? Imagine someone actually investigating when there's investigation going on. And on the other side of the store is a body. Just go look at the body. Stop being a little bitch. Come on. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her her. Sayaka. All at once, I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to bust into tears. But I can't. I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse, but that thought held me up and supported me. I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her, and there I saw. Written in blood were the numbers 11037. Sayaka do this? Since I know what it says, like it's so painfully obvious that it's not numbers. I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now's no time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object has been thrust into her stomach that must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? That's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery there on her wrist, too. It's the gold. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery. That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is... Huh? There's some blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palms of both her hands were totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? The stab wound in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Okay, so that's it.
it would seem.
It looks like you found it, right, Makoto? The bloody numbers that most likely say that? No. Yep. I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message. It's as if she wrote it with her life herself.
Right.
You often talk like an aspiring poet. But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
So.
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. She wrote them in that location while she was sitting the way we found her. I mean, she must have wrote them by turning only her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something like in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result?
Well.
Think about it. You're not going to tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. Sounds like Kyoko knows what Sayaka's dying message means. But honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate programmer?
Makoto.
He's so overthinking it. Makoto is just... Oh, he's a special boy. Like, just that alone is good enough for me, but he doesn't get it. There's one other thing I want to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it got stuck?
What?
It's stuck. Yeah, I guess I'm not the only one, but the door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Huh? The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the bathroom door. Huh? The doorknob. What the heck? The doorknob's practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem.
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So.
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing? My bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock, right? She stood there for a while, just lost in thought, then apparently struck with a sudden realization. She shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom doorway gets stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is, only you and Sayaka knew about it. Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. I got the sense that she was really starting to get into all this.
I see.
Then that clears that up. Huh? What clears what up? I'm so lost.
Goodbye.
Well, see you later. Jesus Christ, Makoto. As if forgetting I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from. And also, I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. Sayaka dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. And on top of that, I'm sure there's some other areas worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks. If they'll even talk to me, that is. Huh? This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. Huh? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates on my room and Sayaka's room were switched? So all the effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless? But why would anyone do that? Why would anyone do that? Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh, no, I'm just taking a break, actually. I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me keep calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kind of hanging around here. To tell the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big to small, but It looks like one of them is missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or... I better see if anyone here knows more about it. She just said she was in here last night, so... Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning?
That's right.
Nope, last night I remember. They were all lined up in a nice, neat row. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glasses, one of the knives were gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you're right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. You should be able to say for sure. You can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? What? Of course not. I would never. Nina, do you really think I murdered her?
I mean,
Well, she was killed in your room, right? So I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her? On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, the one killing the other, it's a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. Well, the main girl he sent for is dead, so he's gotta find his new favorite simp. Or new favorite girl to simp for. So let's go talk to people.
Very strange.
So why was Sayaka in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit? No, you've got it all wrong. Sayaka and I switched rooms last night. He didn't even try to hide the suspicion on his face. Even if what you say is the absolute truth, you're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if she hadn't switched rooms with you, right? No, that's not true. The reason Sayaka was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms. She's dead because of me? Then it should have been me that died. Well, all we can say right now is that it's a possibility. If that's really true, then he's not responsible.
Seems like...
Something doesn't seem right. The Monokuma file said Sayaka was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? What's up, Yofumi? Very strange. Mr. Nagi, what was Miss Maizono doing in your room? Let me just say this. I absolutely will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room. Do you really think I'm guilty? It's the end of the line. The trash room. This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How do you get this gate open?
No, you can't go any further.
No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further.
Okay. Who's on cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further.
He's broken. This is stupid. It'd be faster to just go around and ask the others.
You can't go any further.
Okay. So, let's go find out who's on cleaning duty. Ooh.
Seems like...
Can I ask him straight up, like, hey? Oh wait, I need to go get her DVD before I go this way. I mean, that's not the only thing in the trash can. There's a bunch of paper in there too. Sayaka got really upset after seeing what was over on that video. I wonder, what did she see? It might not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway. I'm sorry, Sayaka. I need to borrow this DVD. You don't need to. Sweetie? Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. Diva's in the way. Oof. Talk to you. What's up, my guy? Cleaning duty, eh? As a matter of fact, Monokuma talked to me yesterday morning. Really?
Listen to me!
Probably realized I was basically in charge, so he decided to talk to me directly. The topic of conversation was assigning cleaning duty. Oh, so you're on cleaning duty now?
That's wrong!
Actually, no. Huh? Okay, then who is? Hifumi was also there when we had this conversation. He volunteered right away, so I let him have it. So he is on cleaning duty then?
Count on it!
Indeed, but we'll swap out on a weekly basis. I'm sure you'll be up before too long. And then when that time comes, I'll be counting on you. Very cool. Let's see what's on her video. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then an image slowly appeared. Looked like some kind of concert. Okay, but like, why does everybody's face look like they actually paid attention except for the girl on the far right? Like, why do her eyes look like that? Is it like supposed to be like she has smaller eyes, or did they just kind of like say fuck her, she's in the back, it doesn't matter? So that's so rude. Standing on stage front and center was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with the friend she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Mizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly the screen went dark, and in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. What I noticed even more than that was the figures of the other girls who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get them? Wait, is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Monokuma? Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Hifumi. That's the one who's on Trash Shooter. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in front of the trash room. Of course! That's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. We're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get in the trash room? And only the person on cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time so we can all throw things out whenever we want? That does seem more convenient.
So, in other words,
Actually.
so that's it.
That must be why. If anyone can go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring. Boring?
Hey, listen.
Anyway, more important than that.
Hey, you bastard.
Hey, fatty. Why do you want the cleaning duty gig anyway? I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You.
Liar. I know why you did it.
Is it like.
You want to dig through all the girls' trash looking for, and poking around at it?
No way to think about this in a common sense kind of way.
What are you talking about? All my love is for Tootie.
You know what I mean.
There's all kinds of trash diggers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of Tootie and then turn to. I would never get tired of Tootie. Oh. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily choose 2D. The only thing 3D is good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC figures.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that? Right? All my waifus are 2D, but like, I could never be that extreme. I love my figures, but not quite that much. If you're so worried about Hifumi's questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them from picking up the trash to disposing of it. What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it? That's not how it's supposed to... Anyway, on another topic, Hifumi, since you're on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What, so now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from a past trauma or save a village or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around. Oh, okay. So easy. So Hifumi and I headed down to the trash room. Let's go take a gander. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said, so him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever. Please just hurry up. Okie dokie, leave it to me. Hifumi pulled the key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate. And then...
Mr. Naegi!
However, Mr. Naegi, surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend, you planned this all along. No, I just want to see if the actual killer tried to destroy any evidence or not. The actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind? Wait, maybe a parallel world... Oh my god. Whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. Let's see. It's a crystal ball. There are shards of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Is that... Do you know what this is? They say if you... Oh god. Fucking Hifumi should have said this. I hate him. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on any big city street corner. Gaze into it and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that Mina girl who was on that quest to find that one guy. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. So they should all be in the gym. I'd better go find out for sure. And then... There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. Looks like a burnt piece of something. Burnt piece like a hunk? Like a hunk of burning love? He just doesn't say anything. Anyway, it looks like a piece of cloth in the shape. It's part of the sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, that's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some of the evidence the killer destroyed. There are lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This isn't enough by itself to figure out who the killer is.
Why is that?
Oh,
So it would seem.
what readers? Okay, sorry I didn't check the inside. This is the incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate. And it's on right now? You see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty simple setup. Press the green button to get it going, the yellow to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on? Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here.
Was it a fairy?
Perhaps it was the work of a fairy. Hifumi, do you realize what you just said? Huh? The fairy? No, you said the last time you were here, the incinerator was off. Ah, yes. About that, there can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gate, it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on, and yet... So it means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is that possible? This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and those glass shards and burnt clothes weren't. What does it all mean, Mr. Nagi? Will you be confessing soon? Why me? Everyone already knows you did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. Sounds like he's living out of one of his comic book fantasies. Or so it seems, anyway. Okay. Hey, it's good. So now I need to go to the gym. I'm gonna take them all away. Not really. Sure. I don't remember what difficulty I put it on, to be completely honest. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No, 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 no. I gotta get out of here. Gotta get up now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Hmm? Huh? Makoto? What are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed. What the hell? I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how did it break? Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Did that guy totally dupe me? Yes, Hero, he did. He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means someone could have found it and taken it. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm most afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything. I saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years. Came out to be like $1 million? $1 million? It's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
The red door on the first floor? That's where I should go. No shit. No, where I have to go. I mean, Hero's pretty dumb, but Makoto just blows my mind sometimes. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you're afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are. Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Saika both know that all too well. But then who is the killer? Right? He should have got there at the same time as Hiro and Chihiro, but nope, he's late. The one who murdered Sayaka. Is it really one of us? Yeah, it is.
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Relax. I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way.
You know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out. Let's get started. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right. I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mysteries surrounding this case yourself. Or she could be, like, helpful, but that's fine. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay. Everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone. Literally later on, Byakuya instigates something for no reason. He's just here to vibe. He doesn't care about anything. But now we gotta convince everybody else, and they're all kind of dumb. Which also meant it would be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. A deadly last trial. Okay. What's this? Yeah.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
I wasn't supposed to do anything.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Imagine if they actually did that.
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrate.
Oh dear God. Fumi.
See? But what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Ooh.
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? I'm nervous. I feel like I'm gonna mess up. Okay. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to... Okay. Truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim. Fire with your left mouse button. Okay. Close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. If you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. Fuck. Press the escape key during these arguments. You can reveal the controls. An innocent person dies. It's fine. We just die.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono. Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
So Saika hadn't resisted at all. There's no explanation what happened in my room. Okay. Right. It makes no sense that it would be Makoto in his own room. Like, that would just be so dumb. Oh. Okay.
I assert that the one who was murdered was
Oh
Miss
shit, I didn't mean to.
And the murder took place in the...
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong. Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So
Duh.
you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom? She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Oh!
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Well, it was a knife. We all know that.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, that's wrong.
Not just any knife.
I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
Sorta.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
You don't even have to look that close. It's so obvious.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
Literally just look at the fucking numbers. It's not that hard.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? You did it in secret. Nobody was in.
No, that's wrong. Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
She went to get her tea. All of a sudden, the knife was gone. So,
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
they literally discussed this earlier and she was straight up just like, no, I didn't see you.
Wasn't there.
Now she's like, I don't think so.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
That's like a big thing to leave out.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well,
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking. I just asked her to stay over.
That's
Which
cute.
means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned rooms, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
Sakura's a girl.
I'm a girl.
You are? I'm so sorry.
Oh
Wasn't
my
fair of
god.
you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
I feel like we have to just pick apart her brain to figure out any kind of information.
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about?
Sayaka.
Yeah.
She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely,
The person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Oh my god.
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
Jasper, get down.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering?
Byakuya has to
What the hell
know,
are you
like,
talking about?
he has to know that Makoto's not the killer.
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Sure. The Man's Gambit. To reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. Leaders flying around. Leaders already know. Oh god. I'm too stupid for something like this. Oh, okay. I have to click it multiple times.
Now I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
I love how they're just like, A, 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 A.
Yes, and if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
Which would be so stupid if her body's literally in the bathroom.
Makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's
That
fairly
door
certain
handle.
that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
What doorknob? Like all doors don't have
Doorknob for my
doorknobs.
bathroom. It was completely broken.
We gotta get to the name part at some point, but I mean, Makoto was too dumb to figure it out. So it's gonna take a hot minute.
Yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
What is that? The point here? Okay. There's so much to remember. Number of weak spots will start going up, and no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one layer contradiction that I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. One. And not only will you fail to refute what they said, also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. This is important. So if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. On your own logic. Have fun.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Can't lock the boys' bathroom.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, You're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
Way to rub it in.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Actually, could it be locked? Otherwise, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was... So the crime took place... Because the door names were switched.
I realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms? Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yeah, bitch. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Come on.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place. Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka would let someone in because... the whole switching rooms, yeah? Where is it?
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Yeah. I won't open the door no matter what.
knowing what she'd been through.
Obviously, she
I just
lied.
can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper.
There's like literally nowhere to hide in the rooms. But imagine someone's just like curled up in a corner, just sitting there staring at her.
I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
In that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
Why does Mondo look like that?
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone?
I mean, I already know what happened, Shugs. And I know who the killer
And
is.
honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Do I do it right there?
So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
I don't know, maybe there?
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched names was Sayaka.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch.
You would
names
expect
was
Byakuya to like
Sayaka.
have actually looked at things and been like, I actually get the picture. But in this trial, no. Just us two.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Because of the gold dust.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword
Smacked
right
with
there
it.
on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room and what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. There's more to learn? Starting with the next fate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. At the weak spot, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. Here on out, I'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. Combination. Risky. Secure each book. I have no idea which difficulty I chose. No, I'll have 3.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away. But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Maybe.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the
You'll get it
kitchen
soon,
knife,
Shits.
maybe they
Don't
grabbed
worry.
the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her hands.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
The gold.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped the bathroom.
Yeah, I didn't even realize you had simp in your name.
But I don't think so.
But no one's a bigger simp than Makoto. That's just facts.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens. The water was.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower.
My.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
I would take that as a compliment.
Sold, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Have to be Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
And the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in.
Finally, he's getting it.
If it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation,
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
On me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work,
Makoto.
the target had to be lured out.
I like the way she says his
while
name.
keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Yeah, see, that's what being a simp gets you, Makoto.
She was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Then, you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn.
Leon's face on the side of the screen.
That must be when her wrist got broken.
I love the
and she was
sprites.
forced to
They're so
drop the
great.
knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true, because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it.
Literally didn't derail though. This is literally figuring it out.
Oh, just because you ran out of time.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Yes, there is!
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, that's wrong.
Finally, we get to the dying
Might be the one
message.
clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
Dining?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood.
Like,
There must be a
come on.
killer hidden in there.
Well,
It's so
before we get too
obvious.
far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Finger.
God! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure, I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Sakura is beautiful. You leave her
Of
alone.
course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, Looks like.
What? What?
No, it's just. Look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these
Uh-huh.
first two, 1 1, look less like two numbers and more like one
Uh-huh.
letter?
Uh-huh, we're getting there.
Yeah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1 1, but
And be used as a volleyball. She would treat you right. She's a sweet, gentle girl.
looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa.
Really?
Might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
Our little gray
Even
cells.
if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Jesus Christ. You just don't know?
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
God, thank you. Rotate it? Maybe I see something?
Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Real killer's name. It should become crystal clear.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 100
Keyword.
degrees.
Simply. It was so simple, but he could not figure it out.
It becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What?
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in
I love Leon more than
it's getting
anything.
flipped. Try it for yourself if you want.
This just breaks my heart.
Like
Like,
and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
she literally spells his name and he's like, oh, no, what a coincidence.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
It's shirt.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by
Oh,
the incinerator?
your dying message will be for me. Shucks, don't you dare.
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood,
Didn't they know Sayaka's not just the ultimate pop star? She's also like a super good artist, and she just wanted to draw one last picture before she died.
Burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that
Red is
Leon
always
guilty?
sus.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to
Yeah, I think so.
Which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. How? Because of the crystal ball?
I got it! closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash.
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There's another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
No, that's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually,
Eat it.
supposed to be a crystal ball, but
I still can't believe he was dumb enough to spend $1 million on it. Roll it, divine with it.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw
And
the
because
ball
he's
through
the
a gap in
ultimate
gate.
baseball player.
All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
The incinerator was on when he didn't see it on last time. And then he said it's the work of a fucking fairy.
Had the key. So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
That is so far to just toss a shirt though.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right?
Imagine throwing a shirt 30 feet.
The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is... I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
I hate that sprite of her so much. She looks so weird.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer. These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you.
Oh.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Let's begin. Summary of the case. Yeah, I remember seeing videos of this part. There are pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comment using the provided trick panels. Holy cow, you get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. It's just that one sprite where like her eyes look so... I don't know, it's just the eyes of that sprite. Okay. So this one... Is that right? Wait, no. Oh, there's more. Okay. Maybe. That? Oh, I missed some. Stop. Which one goes right there? Where? Where's the screwdriver? Oh.
Here's exactly what happened. I think I better
I didn't realize I put it in the wrong one.
case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to rearrange against the... So that one?
Here's exactly what happened. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her. But of course, the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area.
Why does that picture look like it has no pants on? Is it just naked in the room?
Ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator bin, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
I'm so sad that it's Leon.
He forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object. Of course.
I should have known that whenever he was the first one that I was like, ooh, he was gonna like be one of the first few people killed off.
Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I have the evidence. Sometimes your class Charlie Pro simply won't hear what you have to say. This happens, you engage them in a head-to-head battle, aka BTB. You destroy your opponent's statement in time with rhythm. At your button press, with each tempo markers to move across the screen. Reach the center. Don't be the one in pain. outside if you keep missing. Okay. Well, okay, I think I get it.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Use something of their own to remove the screws. Could it have been?
Acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
Okay, but Emma, this is exactly how Brendan acts whenever we call him out as imposter in Among Us. I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. He used a screwdriver.
Where's your proof? You kidding me?
Oh.
Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. Here's your proof.
Shit.
You kidding me?
Ah!
Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
What? I failed? I didn't think I did that bad. Oh shit. I didn't think I did that bad. Okay. Oh no.
Is this really?
I'm going to eat my whole family? Yeah.
I refuse to give up yet.
Spam click? Oh god. This sucks.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Hardcore oops.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
My middle
stupid,
finger
stupid,
doesn't work well.
stupid.
This is fine. This will be fine. Pretend it's that and I'll be fine. Okay.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Here's your proof. You kidding me? Not a chance. You lied. Shut up. Here's your proof. You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
Oh no.
You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Here's your proof.
Ah, fuck me. I can't click that fast with my middle finger. I'm gonna have to try with my pointer finger. Hi, thank you for the follow.
I refuse to give up yet.
When the killer removed the screws from the
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof?
shit.
You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Here's your proof!
Oh my god, I feel like I just missed like 2. How am I doing so bad?
I refuse to give up yet!
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob,
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid!
Son of a bitch. I fucked up.
Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof?
Ah! Can I click left? I thought that it said that you click right and then, you know, left for the bullet, but maybe.
I refuse to give up yet!
Let me see if maybe I missed that. Wow, I'm dumb. You know what? Alright, I get it now.
when the killer
I just missed part of the instructions. But watch me say that and then I still fuck up.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! You lie! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! It wasn't me! Stupid! You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! Where's your proof? This should prove it!
I'm so dumb. I didn't see that I could use the left. But, you know what? That's what happens when you don't properly read instructions.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove that.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Their own.
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Huh?
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Oh, my heart.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
I'm still so upset that it had to be him. The last one's a C. Because I was just stupid and didn't properly read the instructions. Amazing.
Looks like you've reached your verdict.
I'm so sad.
Cast our votes. You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
My baby. No. It's punishment time. Uh-oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata. Oh! Right? Literally everybody's like, alright, time to vote. And then you just don't vote.
Hold on.
Leon. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? It wasn't self-defense, okay? I don't believe it. Son of a bitch, what the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
Oh. It was kill or be killed.
That's why.
I killed her first.
None of you are any different.
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. There's complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky.
That's all. Poor baby. He was unlucky. You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. When I think about that, honestly, we'd be better off if we'd been wrong. So if what we came up with really is the truth, and that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her, and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out. Probably waiting for me. After that video, I would think that they were dead, but they're waiting on the floor. I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To see something like that happen to them, and Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it, even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
and he just was like, yeah, ultimate simp mode activated. She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Isn't that why she talked to me in the first place? Yeah, because she knew you'd be a simp. I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Right? It's all her fault that Leon's dying. If she just calmed down, everything would be fine. Boy, howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships? She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she's descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand. Really, I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that? All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But
That's enough.
as angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it! Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the Black and Leon Kawada will receive his punishment. No!
Punishment? You mean execution?
No!
Wait a second.
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her. See, he had to kill her. Sayaka didn't have to do any of this. Like you said, she literally wasn't forced. I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense. How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room? Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So that's
No, that's not. Stop it. I've had enough of this. Are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? You killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him. If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind. Uh-oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice? Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Right, everybody's forgetting about Junko, like she didn't just die in front of them. Like, I feel like that's a lot more traumatizing than what happened with Sayaka and Leon. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment!
Begging you, please, don't do this.
Oh, that voice line breaks my heart.
Hey, come on now.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star.
No.
Let's give it everything we've got.
It's
It's
punishment time.
time.
Ah, I'm so upset. Oh, that cry. I'm so heartbroken right now. His punishment is so bad. Like, it's gotta hurt. Leon. He didn't deserve that. All he did was defend himself. I learned that the hard way whenever I first found out about Danganronpa. I was like, Leon's so cute. I mean, I know it's a killing game, but he can't be gone that soon. And then he's like, he's literally the third one gone. Like, come on. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it? I can't get over just how, like, fine Sakura looks. She's just like, oh, yeah, whatever. Woohoo! Extreme. Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. What's going on? To be fair, Kyoko has showed zero emotion this whole time, so I wouldn't expect any less from her. But damn. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it. All you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. That's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. I wish I could do the Monokuma laugh.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us? Fuck Monokuma. Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy. Or in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear. So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
Whatever, Streamlabs. That's so... It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together. You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened? Happened because more than one of you decided you want to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course, we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before. There absolutely is.
hey,
You say everyone. Who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. Yeah. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. Even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure. We can't ask her now.
However,
even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
so...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. But I guess fuck Junko. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic. Oh, fuck off. Huh? Kidding, I just have pretty good intuition. Chapter 1, To Survive. The end. Who would take that as a compliment? Like, ah, congratulations, you can move past your dead friends. Look at you. The despair bat. Oof. Alright, and with that, I am going to be ending the stream. I will most likely be streaming again tomorrow. If not, then Saturday. Wait, Saturday? Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday. But yeah, we'll continue on after that. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll talk to you guys later.